Yep. Testing. Let's test this mic, make sure we good. All rise. Homie quarters 9 session. This was embarrassing. Not only was it embarrassing, it was sickening. It's to the point now where it's obvious, it's obvious that there's a big discrepancy in coaching. It's very obvious. I'm gonna be honest with you. The only thing wrong with this team is coaching. That's it. That's what's wrong with this team. Coaching. That's all I saw. The whole game I just watched, all I saw was bad coaches. You can tell that they're not inspired by nothing. Then they don't have energy. They act like they never been there before. They don't act like the team that we know them to be. And all day and all season, Bucs fans have been waiting for them to pop. Pop. Do something that shows us that what we seeing is not who we are. It's just who we was. That way we can have some faith and some hope for what we will be. The truth is very evident now. This is who we are. We open the game up with Mike Evans having a opportunity for a pass that he probably won't see the rest of this year or none of next year. He's never going to see a pass thrown to him that perfect, and he's never going to be that wide open, probably for the rest of his life. The fact that you bobbled and dropped that was a tell of what's about to happen in this game. I'm not going to blame Brady because honestly, Brady's not playing bad. If you look at Brady, all his passes aren't perfect, right? But no quarterback that you're going to bring in the game today is. And a lot of quarterbacks won today who didn't play perfect. A lot of them. So we can't expect perfection from our quarterback. We can expect calling the right protections and making the right decisions on throws. Some of them should have been picked, but we can't just blame Brady. We can't blame Leonard Fournette solely. They got away from him early because he wasn't really doing nothing. He wasn't really moving the ball. We are last in the NFL in rushing. Dead last. You name a team that does anything worth anything in the regular season, in the postseason, that the run game is non-existent. That doesn't happen. So when you're last in running, why are teams able to run on us so well? Why does this defense look like it regressed? Todd Bowles, you were the defensive coordinator, and this team played this defense was almost unbeatable. Almost. Now we're one of the worst defenses in the league. I understand dropping a few slots, but to drop from number two, number three in the league to dead last, and you still have the same coordinator and a lot of the same players, means that you're not putting as much attention. You're not putting as much attention on perfecting the defense. Why? Because you're the head coach. You got guys missing wide open assignments routinely every week. Now, had these been all rookies, I would understand that. But these guys ain't rookies. The problem is coaching. Talk to any Bucs fan, they'll tell you when BA was here, hell, when Shiano was here, when Dirk Cutter was here. I go all the way back to Lovey Smith. I go back to Raheem Moore. We can just keep going back. You always knew that our head coach had control of this team, whether they was good or bad. Ty Boyles don't seem to know it. He seems lost. In that position, he seems lost. He seemed right at home as a D coordinator. As a head coach, he seems like he has no idea what to do during the week to get these guys ready to play the game. And I don't feel like these guys feel like they ready. I don't feel like they feel like they're ready. Yeah, Ty Boyles ain't catching the passes for them. Ty Boyles ain't blocking for them. They got to do it, right? But for some reason, the confidence, and it's going to get worse because when you lose to teams like this, like the Panthers, and then that's right off the bat of losing to a team like the Pittsburgh Steelers, these one-win teams, is going to start making those players feel like, are we really good? Are we really that good? Maybe we not that good. And sir, I have to agree with you. Y'all not that good. I want to get on here and say they're not playing to their potential. They're just not executing well. Those types of things. And I can say those cliche things, but the truth of the matter is they're just not good. They're just not good, man. It's too many distractions. It's too much going on throughout the week. Not enough emphasis is being put on the fundamentals like catching, tackling, those fundamental things. Not enough attention is being put on that. It's just not. Panthers get their dub today. They did their thing. I'm not going to hate on them. I got to give the Panthers love for what they did today. Y'all came through and y'all showed y'all ass, and I got to give y'all love for that. I'm going to keep it real. The way y'all look today is how we should have came in that game looking. And the way we look today is how we expected, the world expected y'all to come in there looking. That score should have been flipped according to how the Bucs look on paper versus how y'all look on paper. That score should have been flipped. Y'all should have looked lost, and we should have looked well put together. Clutch passes, those types of things. The things that Carolina did today is the things that that Bucs fans expect from the Bucs. You ain't got to be perfect, which y'all wasn't, but y'all was able to execute when you needed to execute, score when you needed to score, and you kept your foot on our neck the entire game. From the opening snap to the 4 zeros hit, they kept their foot on the Bucs' neck the entire time, didn't let us breathe. From a call standpoint, a situational standpoint, I like what the Bucs coaches did today. I like it. I like going forward, the aggressive going forward on fourth down to see what we can do. I like the situational calling. I liked it. I said, man, if you couple this with Ty Bowles having a firm control over this defense, over this team, we'll be hard to beat. If you willing to go for it on 4th and 3 from the 40 on your side, that's a level of aggression that that to me that's the next step of where we were going. We went from perennial sub 500 team to a over 500 or right on the cusp of 500 to straight to the playoffs and Super Bowl, straight back to the playoffs. The next step in that progression is getting better situationally because those are the reasons why we lost, why we got kicked out of the playoffs last season. Blown coverage, um, bad play calling right in those situational. So that situational perfection is where we were supposed to be moving to, but we ain't. We actually regressing, right? We went from no playoffs to playoffs and Super Bowl to playoffs. Now we back to, are we going to be 500 at the end of the season? With all these weapons, are we going to be back to 500 at the end of the season? We really got to start thinking about that. No, we're not jumping ship. Bucs fans ain't jumping ship today. Well, the diehard ones, they ain't jumping ship today. But as Bucs fans, we got to realize we are who we are. We've had 7 games to figure it out. And by the 7th game, you should definitely know who you are. And it's obvious who we are. We are a team that doesn't know if they want to pass or run or be a passing team or a running team. We are a team that cannot score in the first half. We are a team that once you get up on us a couple of touchdowns, there's nothing we can do. We got no answer for you. We let them score right before going into the halftime, which means you go into the halftime feeling defeated. You got to come out and make a defensive stand. I'm gonna tell you how we know it got bad or it's gotten bad. We used to expect a defensive score of some shape, way, shape, or form. We used to expect a defensive turnover, multiple in a game. We expected an interception. We expected a fumble, a strip sack, something. We expected these things from our elite defense every game. Now we don't even talk about that. We don't even talk about, because again, that's the next level. Okay, so the defense can pretty much stay in the game, keep the team under 3 scores kind of thing. Yeah, that type of player get you to the playoffs. But if you want to make it to the mountaintop, you got to cause multiple turnovers in the game. Carolina didn't cause multiple turnovers in the game, but nobody expects them to do anything. That's why Carolina will always be at the bottom quarter of the league every year until they can start to focus on that. And we're fitting right in with them. We're fitting right in with them. I mean, I've seen the Bucs defense play better under different coaches that we was trash under, and I've seen the defense play better than this. We used to be able to rely on the defense to dig us out of holes. Now the offense is trying to dig the defense out of holes. That's the blind leading the blind. The offense is way, way regressed. We needed the defense to carry us along throughout the season. That's what we wanted. Now, if you got the offense trying to save the defense, and the offense is already handicapped, then ain't nowhere to go. Ain't nowhere to go. And the special teams definitely ain't doing it. Although the punter did a damn hell of a job today. Shout out to you. You get flowers today. Everybody else, homie court. Homie, bro, you're trash. That's the bottom line. You're trash. Mike Evans, you dropped more than one. That's uncharacteristic of you. That means you're starting to be inconsistent. I like everything that Chris Godwin is doing. I got to give Chris Godwin some respect because I see what they're trying to do with Chris Godwin. Last game I was like, why he throwing it all in the dirt? But what I think they're trying to do is they're trying to throw it low to Chris Godwin to avoid him getting hit too hard, too bad. Because I'm looking at Godwin like you just had like an ACL situation. You coming back and you all over the place. How? That's great on your recovery. But why they keep throwing it to you in the dirt, making you get low like that? But I see why. They're trying to avoid the big hit. Also, it's a possibility if you're going down and they hit you, we can get another 15 tacked onto that for personal foul. So I see what they're trying to do with Godwin. I don't understand why y'all wait to Cade Otton. Y'all wait till like the bottom of the third, top of the fourth to even get him involved. He should be featured from the first snap. It should be a heavy dose of cotton. Heavy dose of cotton. From the beginning of the game. Make them respect him in the middle. Make them defend the middle. Then we can start taking the edges. Y'all do a screen every other play. Screen every other play. Screens don't work every other play if you're not tearing up the middle. You know that. You a coach. You have to tear up the middle. That's going to bring the linebackers in close to the middle and make them sit so they don't keep getting beat over the middle. That's when the screens work. They don't work if y'all not doing anything up the middle. And guess what else helps screens? Running the ball up the middle helps screens. Why? Because it makes the defense bleed to the middle. Then the sides is open. They got to take the right angles to stop it. But when nothing is working and then you start using screens, easy to stop. And why are we so easy to run on? They got rid of Christian McCaffrey. And I was like, damn, y'all wounded. They got rid of Christian McCaffrey. They should not be able to run like that, but they are. So you got to ask yourself, well, what changed? Defensive line. Why did PJ Walker look so comfortable in that pocket? Why? This at one point, this man was 11 for 12. 11 for 12. His QBR for this game got to be outrageous. And that's all done on your defense, Todd Bowles, and you're the head coach. And don't tell me they figured you out. They can't figure you out because you're one of the great elite defensive minds in the NFL. So what that tells me, sir, is that you're not paying attention to the details. Now, Brady is a detail-oriented player. But I can tell he's not paying attention to the details as much because he's too distracted. He got real life going on. He ain't got time to think the goal to really get into them details. But that's where you come in, Byron Leftwich. That's where you come in. You pay attention to those finer details. So that tells me that Brady's been carrying you. Because when he go and not pay attention to the fundamentals and the details, and he ain't as sharp as he need to be, then that's when you pick up that slack and make sure he on point. But you can't do that because he been carrying you. Where's Julio? Ain't no way Julio would have dropped that, Mike. Where's Julio? You said 2 games ago that he could have went. That's what you said. You said he could have went 2 games ago. So it's been 2 games, almost 3, and he still ain't got in there. So where's he at? You signed him. You kept Bashar Perriman. Where's Bashar Perriman? What is Bashar Perriman doing? You kept him. The whole team is bad. Whole team is bad. The whole team is still in game checks. Levante David and Devin White. What happened? What happened? Y'all two as a tandem was unbelievable. And in one short year, not even in 6, 7 games, y'all look very pedestrian. So what's the difference? Y'all still got the same defensive voices in your head. Is that the problem? Too much familiarity? You want something to do? Something else to do? You want to go to a new team? You want to have a spark? Are you bored with playing with for the Bucs? Because you look bored. A lot of people saying bring in this person and bring in that person, and I understand that, but it don't matter who you bring in if you ain't got somebody on that offensive line. That's it. You got to fix that offensive line. But part of this is Brady's fault. Don't get me wrong, but I'm not gonna blame it all on Brady. But part of it is Brady's fault. And Brady just said he ain't retiring no time soon. Now, one would on the surface, he just saying I'm not leaving in the middle of the season, you know, and retiring in the middle of the season. I'm not doing that. That's kind of what he meant. But but you know, Brady's smart. Might be some subliminals in there. But I don't think the Bucs fans want you, which sounds crazy. We need a quarterback that can move. We need a quarterback that can move. This NFL, this new NFL, isn't predicated on a pocket quarterback. I'm telling y'all, and I don't know what Brady gonna do after his Bucs career because this is last season. He can go wherever he want to go. I doubt he'll stay here. Whatever. I am a fan. Listen to me closely. Of bringing in Taylor Heineke. Period. I know that sounds crazy. I'm telling you right now, Taylor Heineke is the guy. I'm telling you. And we're gonna go and get, look, here in a few short weeks, we'll have Julio back. Because eventually they're gonna let him play. We'll get Ryan Jensen back. And we'll scoot Haney back over. We'll scoot Haney over who the hell ever. Gedeke got benched and restarted in the game. Luke Gedeke got benched and then re-put in the game. There's no competition at offensive line. And anytime there's no competition, it's something to worry about. It's a problem. There's problems all over the field. Leonard Fournette just disappeared. He disappeared. Rashad White, what was going on? I don't know. Why is Russell Gage being used so sparingly? Why is he used so sparingly? It seems to me that Byron Leftwich would draw up plays to get the ball in the hands of the playmakers in the things that they do best. Leonard Fournette led our team in catches 2 weeks ago. Right? 2 weeks ago, Leonard Fournette led our team in receptions. But yet today, they couldn't find a way to work Lenny and get him in an open field with the ball in his hands. That's crazy. You couldn't find a way. You couldn't find a way to get Cotton more involved in this game. You couldn't find a way. Mike Evans hurt his ankle. Obviously, he out there hobbling around. But he stayed in the game, and you know why? Because y'all don't have confidence in these other receivers. Why did you keep them? Why? Why did you keep them if you don't got confidence in them? Or is it that Brady don't got confidence in them? So then who's running the team? Brian Leftwich, you running the offense? You mean to tell me you can't figure out a way to make? So what's crazy is when you look at all these other teams, I watched the end of that Green Bay game. Um, I watched the end of the Washington Green Bay game. Green Bay just lost. I watched and then our game, and then Atlanta game. I watched a little bit of that. I'm seeing no name wide receivers with a no name piece of whatever quarterback, according to the stats and all that, scoring touchdowns. They scored a touchdown on us with a player that played defense his whole career. And then they just put him on offense. And he scored a touchdown on the Bucs. Yet we can't move the ball with the likes of Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, names, Pro Bowl names. We can't move the ball with them players with a Hall of Fame quarterback under center. But they can move the ball with one receiver and a no-name quarterback. We fight for every blade of grass, like I said last week. For everything looks like such a struggle for us to do anything. This the same team that won the Super Bowl a couple years ago. The same team. Yeah, some pieces missing here and there, but the core is the same. So y'all gonna let the Falcons or Carolina take over this division? This is crazy, man. It's real bad. It's real bad out here. We ain't jumping ship. We ain't jumping ship. But the Bucs fans is waiting on y'all to pop. So we can say, we waiting on a game that comes up where we can say, there they go. Now they here. I thought y'all might be 2 or 3 games behind where y'all need to be. Now y'all 4, 5, 6 games. Y'all might be a season behind where y'all need to be. That's a whole problem, man. And next we got the Baltimore Ravens. Yep. The Baltimore Ravens. Yep. How? Tell me how you beat the Baltimore Ravens. Todd Bowles, how you going to do that? You can't drop a game plan on defense to stop the 1-5 Carolina Panthers. You can't drop a defense to stop the 1-4 Steelers with Mitch Trubisky and Kenny Pickett at quarterback. You can't drop a defense that's scary enough to stop PJ, whatever his name, Walker. But you're going to come in there and drop something to stop Lamar Jackson? How? You can't stop PJ Walker. Oh, and Antoine Winfield Jr. got hurt. That's bad. We're already down Carlton Davis. And you know we do bad with running quarterbacks. Our linebackers ain't playing inspired. I think Levante David just tired. I'll just give it to you. Levante David just tired. He's just tired. He been here the longest tenure Buck. He just tired. But they ain't no excuse. I'm just telling you what it is. I don't know what we're gonna do at corner. McCullough? Ooh, McCullough? They really showed you welcome to the NFL. They targeted you, and it was effective. They ran to your side, they threw to your side, and they just got it was just perfect. on your side. So my question is, why didn't you move him? Why didn't you move him around? Why didn't you give him a little bit of help? I'm just confused. Where's the inspiration? And Todd Bowles is you. The problem is you. This laid back, yeah, gotta get our guy. That shit. No. These are grown men. You gotta fire them up. And you ain't doing it. They tired of hearing Brady's voice. You know why? Because Brady's not the coach. They don't want to hear from Brady. That's why Brady sit down and shut up, because nobody want to hear from Brady. The thing that made BA so good is BA was the one getting in everybody's face. You know what Todd Bowles look like when they do something stupid? Todd Bowles look like I look, like a fan. He's oh my God, really? That's how we look. You ain't supposed to look like we look. This your livelihood. You a coach, head coach, and we don't get as many opportunities as some other people. So you need to really be on your job. And you taking your opportunity. And not Carolina think they run a division. They think that. They think they're gonna go on a run. I don't think so. But this team is just uninspired. They are lethargic, they are lazy, and they are just not inspired. They look like they're coming to work every day just to get their paycheck and go home. That's what they look like. If that's not the case, then they ain't showing that. I would never say these guys ain't working hard. I never say that. And I would never say that they don't deserve the recognition that they've been getting over the last couple of years. I won't say that. But as far as game checks, y'all been stealing, man. I don't know if Akeem Hicks gonna make that big a difference. But if he is, we need to get him in the game. Because that running, Vita Vea can't do it by himself. You put uh, Rochos, Nochos on there. You can put Sonata on there. You can put whoever. They ain't holding their weight, man. They ain't holding their weight next to Vita Vea. I watch Vita Vea. They ain't holding their weight. It's coaching. It's schemes. It's preparation. It's planning. None of that is visible. None of that is visible, man. And it's a shame. It is a shame. I give you two more games. Two more games. If we don't see a significant improvement in two more games, and we drop two more, go ahead and call it, man. Start putting the rookies in, rotating them in, starting to get people game time, because that's it. Because now we done lost 4 games. You lose 6, it's a long season. It's a lot of games left. If you are down 6 games, the most you can win in 10 games. You got a lot of games left. You got a lot of games left. You got to see the Saints again. You got to see the Panthers again. You got to see Atlanta again. Still got the Ravens. Still got the Rams. Still got the Browns coming up. It's a lot of potential L's there. You can't afford no more. You got to win out. Bucs fans, they have to win out to be completely safe. They have to win out. Looking at this team, do you think they can win out? When we can't score a touchdown in the first half, they have to win out. And when I say win out, I mean all the way out. If you want them to go to the Super Bowl, they have to not win another game the rest of the season. I mean, I'm sorry. That's to not lose another game the rest of the season. That's to be a lock. That's to be a lock. We got to win. I just don't see it happening. Winning out. Can we drop? If we drop two more games, where's that going to put us? It don't matter what they say in the press conferences because it's going to be the same thing they said in the last three press conferences. Don't matter. We got to, we got to, we got to, we got to, we got to. Yep, we know. I can write it for you. We got to run the ball better. We got to execute. We got to gameplay better. We got to coach better. That's what you said, right? I didn't even see it. I know that's what you said. The problem is y'all ain't doing nothing but talking. And so now Bucs fans got to come to the realization that we are who we are. And that is a 500 team. We are a 500 team in one of the worst divisions in the NFL. Is it possible that we can still win this division? Of course it is, because we still got football to play. But I'm telling you, even if we win this division, we see any NFC team in them playoffs, and there's no way we take it. Not playing like this. And if it was week 3, I would say don't panic. It is we are 7 games done. We are halfway done. Next week, we're halfway done. And we'll probably drop that one because it's the Ravens, and I don't know how the hell he going to scheme to beat the Ravens when you can't beat the damn one and whatever Steelers and the one and whatever Panthers. How do you scheme enough to beat? How did the guys get up for a Ravens game? Because if they come in there and they show out against the Ravens, then that's still bad because that tells me that they're playing to their competition. And if you play to your competition, that's horrible because that points right back to coaching and culture. Tom Brady is way too distracted to focus on what he need to focus on. He had the military thing. He said he had. I mean, he just all over the place. He all on podcasts. He all over the place. But that's okay. Well, it's not okay. But Ty Bowles, you as offensive coordinator, you ring him back in. But you ain't never had control over Brady. You never did. That's why through all of the spy gates and the deflate gates and all that, Brady was able to come back and still do what he had to do and take them to Super Bowls because the head coach, Bill Belichick, had control of that team, offense and defense. Clear. So Brady had to perform for somebody, like a teacher or a principal. He was getting a report card and put on blast every day for things that he did or didn't do in the game. Now the man don't come to practice. The man go to weddings. The man got all the stuff going on. He disappeared from training camp. He do whatever the hell he want to do. So he not focused because he don't have to be. Todd Bowles, I'll be surprised if you still coaching this team at the end of the season. I'll be very surprised. I'll be very surprised. Now, I'm not ready to kick you out yet. Gotta give you some time. We'll give you this season. But I'm telling you, if this continues for the rest of this season, the noise to fire you gonna be so loud you ain't gonna be able to avoid it. Which, especially with people like Sean Payton out there, you know Sean Payton is out there, right? Bruce Arians is still out there. He in the building. I'm glad he didn't get a team to Byron Leftwich. I thought Todd Bowles would be the carry the torch, but he can't. He's not showing that he can. We look just like the Jets. We look like the Jets under his leadership. These guys are doing what they want to do. Okay, so Devin White had a mediocre game. What's gonna happen? What happens now? You're not gonna say nothing. You're not gonna do nothing, right? Mike Evans had critical drops. You're not gonna say nothing. You're not gonna do nothing, right? Leonard Fournette tiptoeing and dancing all behind the line before hitting the hole. You're not gonna say nothing. You're not gonna do nothing. We're gonna come out next week. Matter of fact, we play Thursday. That's even worse. You don't even gotta. It's a quick turnaround. So you gotta scheme and come up with that Baltimore Ravens and get that install in immediately. That tells you Winfield Jr. probably won't make that game because he got hurt in this game. That also means Mike Evans probably won't make that game. People don't be surprised. Don't be surprised if if the injury list come out and Mike Evans is on that thing and Antoine Winfield Jr. is on there. Don't be surprised. We're gonna probably go into that game with our number one receiver being Chris Godwin, which means that we need Bashard Perriman to step up. Scotty Miller, we need you to step up. Yo, Scotty Miller called a pass in this game where it literally looked like his life depended on him making that catch. Literally. I forgot what quarter it was in, but he made a catch that looked like all he cared about was catching the ball. He didn't care about his body. He didn't care about running. He didn't care about yak. He didn't care about nothing. Only thing he cared about was making that catch, almost like his life depended on it. So he's one that's inspired to at least make a catch. But that seems so out of desperation. Like he seems so desperate to catch that ball and not do nothing with it, just to catch it. That's a regression. You shouldn't be thinking that hard about catching the ball. You a wide receiver. You look the ball in and catch it because you're a wide receiver. You don't ain't nothing to think about. Same thing happened to Mike Evans. What are you thinking about? You're a wide receiver, one of the best. Catch it and run. You thinking too much. See, they're going back to thinking. They don't need to be thinking, they need to be flying. I thought we was already past that. You said we was past that. You said these guys should be out there and be having fun and running around. That's the Bucs defense that we know, that we love. Is the one that ain't nobody thinking because everybody know what they're doing. Everybody flying around. So what you gonna do with the Ravens next week? I'm sorry, this week. What you gonna do with the Rams next week? You can't beat the one-win Pittsburgh Steelers and the one-win Carolina Panthers. Not that we it ain't about us losing confidence. Your team is losing confidence. Your team is losing confidence in you. You're about to lose the locker room, Ty Bowles. Trade deadline's coming up. You won't be able to trade after a little while, like a week or so. So, a lot of Bucs fans saying bring Odell in, bring that person in, bring this person in. If you ain't fixing that offensive line, bringing somebody in will be pointless. We got the weapons. If teams could do what they doing and win games with Johnny Smith and Taylor Walker, that's who these teams is winning with. We had a damn they scored a touchdown on us with somebody named what was his name? Terrence something Thompson. Who is that? Who is that? Who is that? That's who these teams is winning with. John Smith and Bob the Builder. That's who they winning with. So us having weapons ain't the problem. The defense is playing uninspired, and the offense don't know where the hell they head from their asses. That's not a quick fix. It's not a quick fix. You got Terry Thompson, wherever the man name was, scored a touchdown and nobody ever heard of. You got PJ Walker. PJ Walker played in the damn Ultimate Football League or whatever the hell that shit was. He played in that. He was so bad that they put him in the alternative football league. And he just came in and carved up the Buccaneer defense. PJ Walker. Kenny Pickett picked your defense up. You should take that personal. Todd Bowles, you should take that personal. Defense, y'all should take that personal. PJ Walker got a dub off from y'all. He's their fourth string quarterback. 4 strings. Not the starter, not the backup, not his backup, but his backup beat you. And pretty damn handsomely, if you ask me. Oh, he didn't run out of the backfield. No. He wasn't doing a bunch of running around and no. He sat in the pocket, took what y'all gave him, and executed. Y'all get played with a lot. Y'all get played with a lot. They be playing with y'all. That's no respect. They got no respect. They run up the middle. They run on the sides. They throw deep. They throw short. They throw in the middle. They got no respect for the Bucs defense at all. None. Not even a little bit. They used to fear our defense. Now they don't even have respect for our defense. They used to fear our offense. Don't think I forgot. Last week, Kenny Pickett and his Pittsburgh Steelers put 3 backup corners on the field. Their top 2 DBs was out. They put 3 brand new practice squad DBs on the field and won. The Panthers was missing their top corner today, or their top DB, and won. We lose our top corner, we can't stop a nosebleed. They gave away Christian McCaffrey and Robbie Anderson. Gave them away and still won. You got to take that personal. You have to take that personal, Ty Bowles. Gave away, that's like us giving away Leonard Fournette and giving away Chris Godwin and Carson Davis being down and Antoine Winfield Jr. hurt, and then we field the team and say, this is what we got. Ain't no way you should put up 20-something points on the Bucs defense. That is ridiculous. You should take that person. This team play like this for the rest of the season, people. I will jump on the Fight Todd Bowles bandwagon. And I hate doing that, but I will. I think you go after Taylor Heineke as your quarterback, and I think you go after Sean Payton for coach. I think that's what you do. I think that's the move. Period. I don't care if we got to keep paying them. Do what the Panthers did. See what the Panthers did? They got to pay that man still for the next 2-3 years. And they said, you know what? We had enough. And I hate to be like this because I always will say, you got to give the new coaches 2 years. 2 years. But you've been here already. And the team hasn't changed much. and you already been here. They didn't bring you in from outside. You were in here for the last couple of years. So it's no excuse for the drop off to be so dramatic and drastic. The drop off between the last 2 years and this year is drastic, and there's a reason for that. And it's you, Todd Bowles, and it's you, Byron Leftwich, and it's you, Tom Brady. It's y'all. Tom Brady won't be here next year, so we'll be able to move on from that. Hopefully, get a more mobile quarterback, younger, with some power, with some get. Look, Taylor Heineke is a great player. He's a good quarterback. He's not. He's not a Pro Bowl quarterback. He's a good quarterback, and he's got a lot to prove because nobody giving him a chance. Washington gave him a little bit of a chance, but with these weapons, I think that's the move. You might be able to make that happen before the trade deadline. I don't know. Anyway, I'm just mad right now. That's why I be waiting to after the second set of games before I even get on here. Give me time enough to cool down. But I had to get on right now. I'm gonna read a few of the comments, then I got to get back to the games. Cause I don't got the time to sit with y'all today like I would normally have. Cause it's not the end of the day. Shout out to everybody that that came in the beginning, man. I normally shout everybody out in the beginning. So shout out to all of my day ones, all the hooligans. Joe said other teams can rest star players against us. See, is he lying? See, Todd Ball. See how they talk about you. They say they can rest starters when they play us. Yeah, essentially, because that's essentially what they just did. Essentially, they rested CMC, they rested J.C. Horn, and they still won. So essentially, they could have. And if we had a whole rash of injuries and all this crazy stuff, I would be like, well, we definitely didn't have our like last year. We was up without our top two corners. We was without our running, but we was without stuff, without our top two wide receivers. You get it, you start to understand like we ain't gonna play our best, but wait till our starters come back. But we can't say that. Our starters are playing. Mike Evans did play today. Chris Godwin did play. Russell Gage did play. Leonard Fournette, Rashad White, they did play. Jamel Dean played. Vita Vea played. Devin White and Levante David played against a team with one win. Well, people, I tell you, man, bad game, bad game. I haven't seen them play a worse game since Tom Brady been here. You can point to that Chicago game from 2 years ago from the Super Bowl run. You can point to that one, but it was a lot more interceptions and stuff in that game. But in this game didn't feature a lot of that because they dropped a lot of wide interceptions. I mean, they had 2 picks that they dropped, maybe even 3 picks that they dropped. It would have been worse. It would have been worse. That win that they got out of here with could have been worse. Mike Evans, you make that catch, this game might look a little different. Either one. You make that first catch, and if you make both of them, which you normally would do, this game is a whole lot different. It's not what they did, it's what you didn't do. The Carolina Panthers didn't beat us. Well, I can't say for the most part, off of what they did. It's what we didn't do. Every time we roll over, the passes drop. Now, when they got their run game going, I give them that credit. They did that. They forced their will. But for the most part, we lost this game because of what we didn't do, not what they did. And anytime that you lose a game, not based on what they did, but based on what you did, it's coaching. What you didn't do is coaching. It's execution. If we got in there and it was a back and forth and it was a coaching duel and you just made the wrong call at the wrong time and they made the right call at the right time, then I can respect that. You beat us. We was in there with you duking it out, but you just out coached us. I can live with that. What I can't live with is the fact that they didn't really do much of nothing until they got their run game going. They really didn't do much of nothing. They beat us because of what we didn't do, and they just ran clock. It's gonna be a crazy season, people. Stay locked in, man. We ain't jumping ship yet. This week here, this game here, statement game. The last game was a statement game. This game right here coming up with the Baltimore Ravens on Thursday night will tell you how the rest of the season is about to go. That's the game. That's formidable competition, the top competition out of the conference. There's no reason why the Bucs of last year, I would have said, "Oh, we'll beat the Ravens." The Bucs of this year, we might lose 40 to damn 7. But this is gonna be a statement game. Make a statement. Ty Bowles, make a statement. Byron Leftwich, make a statement. Devin White, Levante David, make a statement. This is your chance right here to make a real statement. You do that, we might be all right. You don't, you drop that game and you look terrible, that's it. Tampa 2-man hooligans. Peace.